Yo, welcome everyone. I think Bitcoin and the entire crypto market can get a major push up very soon. That's why try to not mess it up. Let me show you. You can notice that Bitcoin yesterday clearly got a push towards the downside directly towards the bottom of our S&E channel. And this specific price target also, of course, was not a random level. Measuring right now the entire range right here with the volume, you're going to see we hit almost perfectly our value area low. We tapped the bottom of our range, and right now Bitcoin is getting a very small push up of approximately, let's just say, 3%. Additionally, pay attention to the Bitcoin CME futures chart. Of course, because of a push down, we almost completely filled the CME gap at approximately 110,000 US dollar area. So of course now the question is, are we going to go higher, or is Bitcoin maybe even going to hit our bigger liquidity levels at approximately 108 and 107,000 US dollar area? Now, if we go higher right now towards the top of our S&E channel, what is going to be one of the most important resistances you should really pay attention to? Remember, in the past couple of days, we have talked about the anchored VWAP when we anchor it exactly at our all-time high. And you're going to see this specific anchored VWAP is coming in almost exactly above our recent highs. And now, zooming in, you can actually see with this specific push toward the upside, Bitcoin did not form another higher high. So it right now means we still have liquidity exactly above this specific high, but also because this entire push towards the upside did not break our recent high, we also have liquidity exactly at this specific area. So it right now means a very important liquidity level for Bitcoin is coming in at 115, or let's just say 116,000 US dollars. And most importantly, our liquidity levels right here are aligning almost perfectly with our anchored VWAP. So it right now means the first very important level I would be paying attention to is going to be this specific area. Yes, some people right now are going to say to me, bro, if we are measuring the entire range right here with volume, you can clearly see value area high is coming in at approximately 113.6 thousand US dollars. And to be honest right here, of course, our volume levels are always going to be one of the most important ones for us to pay attention to, but usually liquidity levels are acting as a magnet for Bitcoin, and this is right now why. If we do continue higher, this specific price target is definitely going to be a very important one. Also because if we right now once again go with our S&E channel, you're going to see the top of the channel is not coming in exactly at our liquidity levels right here, but nevertheless, we are potentially going to be right here approximately at the top of our S&E channel, and only then Bitcoin might get a rejection back towards upside. Additionally, what if we are zooming out a little bit right here, let's just say on the 1 hourly, going with our Fibonacci retracement from the all-time high back towards the low. Golden Fibonacci ratio coming in exactly at the top of our S&E channel. So simply right now, if Bitcoin does get a push towards the upside, we hit our major area of resistance right here, potentially I'm going to be interested to fire a short or a sell position of Bitcoin only after we are going to get a successful swing failure pattern or a liquidity grab. What does it mean? We get a push towards the upside, we are going to then start closing the candles below our recent highs, and once this is going to happen, of course, I'm going to look to fire a short or a sell position of Bitcoin, and I'm going to share with you literally in a moment why looking for a short position is not really that of a dumb idea. Additionally, thank you very much right now for smashing up the like button, because 1000 likes are really possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let's right now talk about the average trend. Is Bitcoin right now moving in an uptrend or maybe even in a downtrend? You're going to notice, going with our exponential moving averages, on the 1 hourly, we are in a downtrend. On the 2 hourly, we are in a downtrend. And also right now, something we have been paying attention to for the past couple of days is the 4 hourly time frame going to see a bearish cross of our 50 and 200 exponential moving average. And unfortunately, yes, we got a confirmation of a bearish cross only a couple of hours ago. This right now means looking for a short position is definitely a valid idea if, of course, we are going to hit our important areas of resistances. Not only if you look like that, we have our liquidity level right here, but also 250 EMA, both of them are right now acting as dynamic areas of support and resistance. But of course, in our case, both of them are going to be an area of resistance. So we have our liquidity level right here, top of the channel, EMAs, our golden Fibonacci ratio coming in exactly right here, and also of course don't forget about our very important anchored VWAP from the all-time high. So definitely, if Bitcoin right now actually does go higher, it's going to hit a major and a very important area of resistance. Additionally, something I noticed on the daily time frame, going right now with the line chart and applying the MACD indicator on our chart. Why I'm going with the line chart? Because of course, if we are going right now with our candles, the wick towards the downside only a couple of days ago was quite a significant one. So if we right now only pay attention to the candle closes, that being said, the line chart, you're going to notice something very, very interesting. Higher low was formed on Bitcoin right here. We still haven't closed any candles below our recent lows. So that is why, if we are right now looking only at the market structure, looking at the candle closes, clearly we are still in an uptrend right here. Why so? Because Bitcoin has been forming higher highs and also higher lows. And even this entire push towards the upside, it right now means it is still going to be another higher low on Bitcoin. Of course, again, if we don't pay attention to the massive candle wick that was formed a couple of days ago, once literally everyone got liquidated. And that is right now why, if this right here is going to be, or actually it is a higher low right here, we can pay attention to the MACD indicator. What you're going to see, higher low on Bitcoin, lower low on the MACD indicator, which right now means a hidden bullish divergence setup is right now being formed, looking only at the candle closes. So if we are going to start curving towards the upside on our MACD indicator right here, it is definitely going to be a confirmed hidden bullish divergence, bullish Bitcoin indication. Let's see if we are going to be able to get another major push towards the upside. And later in the video, I'm even going to share with you the exact levels you need to be aware, where we can be looking for long position of Bitcoin, but also I want to cover very quickly Ethereum Bitcoin chart, but more about it slightly later. Right now, let's talk about our liquidations, because Bitcoin liquidation heat map is right now showing to us again why our recent highs right here are actually such an important price target. On the 3-day time frame, bigger liquidations are going to come in at 116.4 thousand US dollar area, where over 100 million of short positions are going to get liquidated. Additionally, what if we are zooming out on the 2-week time frame? This one is even more bullish, because yes, it does look like the biggest liquidations on the entire Bitcoin chart right now are coming in exactly at the all-time high. So that is why ideally, of course, we are looking right now for a bigger bounce towards the upside. But of course, also ideally, we want to enter our long positions at some very important areas of support. And as you probably know, what are right now going to be our most important levels we are going to be aware of if Bitcoin does get another push down? Of course, it is going to be the bottom of our major horizontal range, let's just say at approximately 109 to approximately 107,000 US dollar area. Additionally, pay right now attention to Bitcoin quarterly returns. It does look like that as of right now, in 2025, Q4 is being slightly in red. However, remember, if we right now say Bitcoin is right now still in a bull market, potentially Q4 is not going to be red, but potentially it is going to be green. In 2017, in the middle of the bull market, we actually got quite an insane return in Q4. Additionally, in 2021, where we still had a significant bull market, yes, Q4 was also bullish. So that is right now why, ideally, because we know at least we haven't really confirmed a bear market, potentially Q4 of 2025 is also going to be green. So let's see right now if we are going to be able to get a major bounce toward the upside in the next couple of days, looking literally straight towards another all-time high, not only on Bitcoin, but of course also on Ethereum and the entire cryptocurrency market. This is why I am looking for another long or a buy position, and that is also right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus, because you're going to be able to register without KYC and without VPN, and only after you register for the first 200 users, you're going to get 10 USDT completely for free. Then make sure you deposit and you trade, because you're going to get even bigger bonuses using the second link down below after you register and after initial deposit. Right now, let me also share with you something that is right now happening in the order flow. What are other people right now doing in the market? And you can actually see we are forming a higher low on Bitcoin for the past couple of hours, but the CVD indicator has gotten quite a major push towards the upside. Yes, this right here is going to be some kind of a bullish divergence or bullish absorption on the 30-minute time frame. Of course, it is going to be a bullish Bitcoin indication. But the reality right now is, ideally, we are looking for the best long positions only at the best areas of support. So what is right now going to be the most important level I would be aware of? You can right now see, yesterday, once Bitcoin got a push down, we actually formed some kind of a higher low. Why is this a good thing? Because not only right now, we still do have liquidity below all of our recent lows right here, but also exactly below our new low right here at 110,000 US dollars. So what you're right now going to see, Bitcoin does have the first low for liquidity purposes, our second low right here, again for liquidity, and additionally another low at approximately 108.4 thousand US dollars. Not to mention, and remember, we still do have our very important golden Fibonacci ratio once we go from our swing low back towards our swing high. Golden pocket coming in, not exactly at our liquidity levels, but definitely very, very close, literally almost exactly at the bottom of our horizontal range. So let's see right now if Bitcoin is going to be able to get another push down. Maybe, of course, again, first of all, we hit our major area of resistance. We see what is going to be a reaction right here, where potentially we can be looking for a short position on Bitcoin, but then of course we are going to see if Bitcoin is able to hit our important area of resistance at 110,000 US dollars. If, for example, there is going to be no rejection right here, simply we can already be looking for much higher targets, maybe even another all-time high. And that is right now why I also want to cover Ethereum Bitcoin chart. This one, it really does look like it has gotten quite a nice bounce towards the upside. And of course, ideally right now with this specific chart, I'm also looking for another higher high for us to break our third elite wave and for us, of course, to go higher with our fifth elite wave. We have already hit some very important price targets, our 0.32 and also our 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level almost exactly. And also, once we are zooming in on the 30-minute time frame, we can talk about some kind of an impulsive structure already. I am going to ignore the wick that was formed only a couple of days ago right here, but nevertheless, we can say impulse right here, correction, another impulse, another correction, and another impulse towards the upside. And ideally, in the next couple of days, we are going to get some kind of an ABC correction, which could potentially mean, okay, Bitcoin also does get another push down, we hit our liquidity levels right here, Ethereum Bitcoin chart gets another push down, we complete our ABC correction right here, and that is also going to mean we can look for brand new long or buy positions, not only on Bitcoin, but also on the entire cryptocurrency market, because once our ABC correction is right here finished, it could potentially mean, of course, Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin, and Ethereum is the one leading the altcoin season. So that is why I am definitely more interested in brand new long positions, but again, ideally at some very important areas of support on Ethereum Bitcoin chart, on Ethereum itself, but of course also on Bitcoin if the opportunity is going to be offered to us. And this is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN with the second link down below, because only after you register you get 10 USDT if you are going to be slightly fast, but also after you deposit and after you're going to trade some, you're going to get even bigger bonuses. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.